Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Joshua Woody, and I'll be explaining why young adults should start investing in the stock market early. I feel like I'm the perfect catalyst for this because I'm 21 years old and I've been investing since I was 18, and I've built a solid seed for myself to be able to be comfortable in the future. I feel like what people usually think is that investing sounds like it's for older people, which it's not. Those people are just flourishing of the fruits of their labor. A lot of young adults think that they need a lot of money first, which they don't, and I'll prove to you that you don't need a whole bunch of money to start with compound interest and compounding growth. People our age are just chilling in Hawaii, going on trips and doing whatever. And yeah, it might seem good at the moment, but that's what, five, six, $7,000, and you don't care. You're just chilling on the beach, and you're like, you know what? I'll just start investing later. And you push it away, and you push it away, and you're waiting, but you give up your most valuable asset, which is time. And time is worth more than money. You might hear time is money, but it's not. It's worth more because of its best friend, compound interest. When stuff starts compounding, you start feeling it. Um, my first point being compound interest is the best thing that you could possibly chase. You should learn a lot about it because you get exponential growth. With exponential growth, you see how it's shooting past linear growth. Linear growth goes with savings accounts and saving your money in cash. You just shouldn't do that. You probably heard that before, but you never took action. But this is the time you take action with seeing this video. I promise. You're going to see. My second point, you need to know where you're putting your money. If you don't know where you're putting your money, then you might as well just throw it away. You need to buy the right types of assets in certain brokerages like Vanguard, Robinhood, Fidelity, and SoFi. But with that, my third point being discipline. You need to stay disciplined throughout your entire life. But this financial literacy will lead you to the promised land. I promise you, discipline, discipline, discipline. It'll teach you to make sure that you don't panic sell your money. It'll teach you to make sure that you make sure you're putting your money in the right place. You just need to make sure that it's a vital part of what you're doing in your daily life. The great John Bogle, uh, he's like 90 years old, 100 years old now, but he's Vanguard CEO. He says to enjoy the magic of compounding returns. This was in a great interview. This is one of the greatest investors of all time. You'll hear me say that a lot. But this is how the compound interest hits. Your money earns returns, and those returns make more returns. It becomes stronger the earlier you start. This is a simulation with $100 a month for 20 years. So that means you're investing 24,000. You following me? And you get to 100,000 after 20 years. That's a lot of growth. If you add a zero to that $100 a month, you're a millionaire, right? The great Warren Buffett, another great investor, says start early and think long term. This is one of the most famous quotes from Warren Buffett. He just retired from being CEO of one of the biggest companies, greatest investor of all time. I think he has like a yearly return of like 60%. This point is golden for us. It matters. It matters because you don't need to start perfectly. You just need time and consistency. This graph shows you if you were to just save your money in cash. Remember, it's 24,000 that you invested over this time, and you end up with what, 19K if you save it in cash. So that says something. That says listen. That says maybe I should try to figure something out. Like this is a savings account. I have SoFi, 4% a year. This sounds really good, but in hindsight, it's not. I just shown you $100,000 that you can make with just $100 a month, right? So in this scenario, you only end up with 36,000. You really need to analyze that and see that long-term growth really matters with where you're putting your money. You need to put your money in the right things. Like index funds, you'll hear that a lot too. S&P 500. But with those decisions, you need to be able to stay disciplined. If you don't stay disciplined, then you'll end up selling all your money. You'll save a bunch and you'll go to Jamaica for a couple months and you'll come back broke. The great Benjamin Graham says how your investments behave is much less important than how you behave. And that cannot be farther from the point. Because if you're not disciplined, you're just going to fry yourself. Discipline with investing teaches consistency. It helps people stay focused on future goals. It builds patience instead of emotional decisions. When you're working out, you keep doing push-ups. You don't stop doing push-ups because you're mad, because you're sad. You keep going because you know what it'll give you. Don't focus on the intensity. Don't try to do 1,000 in a day. Do 100 over a month. right? Um, Discipline looks like consistency. Invest regularly. My last name is Woody, so I put a little graphic here of Woody investing $100 every month. He invests regularly and he stays controlled. He doesn't panic easily at all. He keeps his money in there, right? And his goals stay. He stays focused on his goals. And 10 years later, it paid off, right? So as a young adult, what you can do is you can start with a small amount, you can be consistent, and you just need to keep your emergency savings separate. I have a 2-year-old daughter. So I know what it's like to have to pay for formula. I know what it's like to have to pay for Pampers. But in the long run, that's where the savings account has to hit. You can't take money out of your investments because of stuff that's happening now. And you might feel worried about losing your money. And that is a common concern about losing your money in the stock market. Yes, stocks can go down, but in a study done by Yahoo Finance, over a 15-year time period, everybody's safe. Everybody's profitable. If you stay in the market for 15 years, I guarantee that you will be profitable in the long run as long as you stay disciplined and you make the right decisions. But in conclusion, you should focus on compound interest because using that combined with time is like a perfect disaster for wealth. You also need to know where you put your money at because if you put your money in the wrong things, you will not flourish in the long run. You will lose money, like how I showed you if you save your money cash. And investing early builds a lot of discipline and builds your discipline over time.